the Mongols take a census of everything. And that's one of the first things Genghis Khan did. And that was one of the demands he made of every place he went, is a complete census of your people. And every house had to post outside how many people, how many animals, what did they do, the occupations, all this information. So they needed good mathematics for this. The Muslims provided it. So they took the Muslims to China, these Middle Eastern scholars and all. Unfortunately, they were rather ruthless sometimes when it came to implementing the tax policies, but they became the financial advisors to him. Other groups of people had other roles like that, and he was moving them around constantly. And so you had a combination. As I said, he himself had that genius for combining new bits of technology, but it created a new kind of cultural spirit in which other people were also combining technology at other levels and being encouraged. It was no longer heresy or the devil's work to bring in this thing. So we had the spread of printing, for example. We had the partial spread of something such as print money. For example, we had almanacs being created now through printing that combined different calendars and different information that was coming along. But one simple but lethal form of technology was that, for example, Chinese had gunpowder. Mostly it was used for fireworks, religious things. And then sometimes in warfare it was used for a kind of primitive hand grenade or a primitive bomb that could be thrown with a trebuchet. And this is in the time of Kublai Khan War, the grandson. But so they had that. The Middle Eastern, the Muslims, they had, and the Byzantines especially, they had naphtha, what we call Greek fire, flamethrowers that could set things on fire. You know, the Europeans did not excel very much in technology. They were behind in almost everything, but they could cast bells for churches. Okay, let's take that bell and we're going to turn it on its side. And we're going to use some principles of the flamethrower. And we're going to use the gunpowder from China. And you've got a cannon. So the Mongols, even early on, by the time they got to the siege of Baghdad, but not, I think, in the lifetime of Genghis Khan, but soon thereafter in his sons and grandsons, they were using some very primitive forms of cannon and even something like firing rods. We can't even call it anything like a rifle, but it could fire a very small ballistic device and all. So this combination of metallurgy, gunpowder, flamethrowers, you put it all together and you come up with something incredibly different.